I'm detailing a Defender. Let me tell you a bit about these popular 4x4s. They was originally designed for off-roading and tough terrain. Nowadays, the most popular adventure is the school run. Did you know Land Rover is as old as the 1940s? This little off-roader was even used in the military and eventually evolved into this modern day SUV. So our job on this Defender is to first of all obviously get all this road grime off because it's pretty bad. Then once it's in the bay, we're going to give it a stage 2 paint correction because it's pretty swirly. And then all the piano black on this car is going to be PPF'd because it's the most vulnerable part of these cars. They scratch so easy, so the best way of protection is PPF. So let's get washing. Like always, we're going to start at the arches with our turbo nozzle. With this, be careful you do not catch the paint. We're then going to apply some wheel cleaner to the rims. While this is dwelling, let's scrub up them tyres to get them looking fresh. After a few minutes, let's rinse off all the chemicals to get rid of all that loose dirt. Now the worst of the dirt is gone, we can now contact wash it. So let's put some more chemical on and then use a wheel mitt to clean up the rims. Finally, let's rinse it all off and you've got yourself a clean rim. Once all 4 wheels are done, let's get the snow foam out and make sure we get all that loose dirt off before we even think about applying the mitt to the paint. We're then going to make sure we get a lovely thick even coat over the whole bodywork. With a lovely soft detailing brush, I'm going to make sure there is no dirt trapped in all them little nooks and crannies. Once that's done, we're then going to remove the snow foam, which should also remove the grime and dirt that was stuck on the paintwork. We're then going to use chemicals such as iron and fallout remover to remove any contaminants stuck in the paint. Once that's all rinsed off, we're then going to use a contact wash using a 2 bucket method. This is so we don't put any more swirls or scratches into the paintwork. This is more important once the car is fully detailed. Once the whole car is washed, we're then going to rinse it completely off to make sure no suds are left on the paint. Lastly, we're then going to dry the car off with a blower. It's easier this way because we can get in all them points that trap water. Now the car's fully dry, we're going to get it in the bay and see what we're dealing with. So now that the car's inside and washed, we're going to go ahead and clay bar it. But before I do that, I'm going to show you what I'm dealing with. As we look around this car, you can see how many bad washes it's been through with the amount of swirl marks in the paintwork. Now we've got it washed, we're going to now clay bar it to move any contaminants that the wash process didn't remove. So like I just said, the clay bar removed any tar or iron left in the paint that the chemicals didn't remove while we was washing the car. So now that we know the paint is completely clean after clay barring it, we're now going to get a polisher on there with a heavy cut to remove those swirl marks. Once we've done that, we can go around and refine it. So let's get cracking. Here I'm pointing out the swirl marks on this panel. So what we're going to do is use a heavy compound with a heavy pad to remove them deep swirl marks and scratches. As you can see, as we wipe the polish away, them swirls have gone, but it is now a little bit hazy. That haziness will be removed once we get to the refining stage, but first we need to go around the whole car with this compound and cut away them deep scratches. I like to do 2 foot square at a time in a crosshatch motion so we get a lovely even cut throughout the car. So on the bottom of this door we have a slight scratch, so what I'm going to do is sand it out and then polish it so it should be less noticeable. Simply, I'm going to use 3000 grit. This is one of my Trizac pads, but I'm doing it by hand. You'll see it go dull, but then we just compound it out just like we've done before and it should remove those marks. And there you have it. That scratch is completely gone now. You cannot even see it was there. This car has also been attacked by birds before, and if you leave bird droppings on the paint for too long, it will eat into the lacquer. So what we're going to do is get this out. Again, we're going to use a 3000 Trizac pad, but this time on a palm sander to remove the bird etching in the clear coat. Once we've finished sanding, we're then going to get our compound back out and just polish it out. Then simply wipe away the residue. And now, would you look at that? It is completely gone. No bird etching in sight. We're now going to take off these wind deflectors so we can polish behind there. You should just be able to give them a tug and they will come off, but watch your face. They will leave some glue behind, as you can see, but I will now show you how to remove it. The best way to remove this glue is to use a tar and glue remover, so that's what we're going to use now. Spray loads of your tar and glue remover on the area of the glue, watching any plastics. Leave to dwell for a bit. You may need to go over it again, but eventually you may need to use a little plastic scraper, which is safe on paint. Should come off. We also have a little dent here on the driver door, so we've got Cam here who's going to get it out for us. Cameron is a paintless dent removal specialist, which in the name removes dents without paint. Other than the chip caused by the dent, it is completely gone. So now that we've finished the cutting process, the car looks shiny, but on further inspection, you'll see micro swirls. So to get them out, we're going to swap out the blue pad, which is our coarse pad, for this soft polishing pad, as well as some polish. So we're going to go around the whole car now with a refining pad and polish to remove all those marks made by the compound. After another pass, we should be left with a perfect finish. Like before, we're going to do these in 2 foot sections at a time in a crosshatch motion so we get a lovely, even, refined finish. I'm going to make sure I overlap every section so we don't miss any bits. Sometimes it can be a stretch, but we've got to make sure we get them hard to reach bits. Also, while using my 3-inch polisher, we're going to make sure we're getting all those little hard to reach areas. Once all the polishing's done, we're then going to use our airline to remove all the polish dust. This is because we need a lovely clean surface area for the next step. I'm now going to use paint protection film on the piano black bits to protect them. So we're going to go to the plotter now and cut out the patterns. This is a special software where we get the patterns exactly for the model we need. And this machine cuts them out, millimetre perfect. I still can't get my head around how it works. Now that all the film is cut and hanging up behind me, we now need to apply it to the car. So let's get cracking. So hanging up is the pattern that machine just cut out for us. And our job is to work out where they go and apply them to the car. It's the perfect job if you like jigsaw puzzles. So what I'm doing here is applying a slip solution so we can remove the pattern to the panel. Then using a squeegee, remove that slip solution so it can stick down. Another job of the slip solution is so that no dust sticks to the panel while we're applying it. I'm going to show you now the power of PPF. So obviously don't do this at home, but let's wash it with a brush. And you can see how swirly that is now and how scratched up that is. Yeah, so what we're going to do is heat that and they will all go. Like we just saw, it has got a lot of swirl marks there now, but let's get a heat gun. This could act as the sun. Let's get it warmed up. And then, once it starts getting hot, then swirls all self-heal. And there we have it. It is completely crystal clear. Just look at that. Now that I've applied all the PPF to the areas that need it, I'm going to go around with the degreaser and then make sure every panel is completely clean before we apply the ceramic coating. And once it's clean, we'll then apply the ceramic coating. So you see me do this in previous videos. I'm going to use a degreaser to remove any polish residue left on the paint to make sure the coating bonds perfectly. We're then going to apply some ceramic coating to our applicator to then apply to the paintwork. Again, we're doing this in 2 foot square sections, overlapping each time we do it so we do not miss any bits. Then when we come to wiping off, we want to make sure we go over and over so we do not get any high spots. A few days ago, this car was covered in salt, road grime, swirl marks, and 3 days of detailing. This car, I think you'll agree, looks a lot better. Thanks for watching, and if you have liked this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.